Welcome, I'm Master Anthony. I will be your M5 teacher for the up-and-coming academic year. A quick brief thing about me, I'm English, I'm from London. I've been teaching in Thailand for now 15 years. The purpose of this is obviously because you're at home, so we are going to give you some lessons, and the purpose being when you've completed the task, they will go towards your formative scores. And then obviously when everything resumes back to normal, we can continue as normal. The subject we're going to be doing will be main idea, the main idea, and unstated main idea. What you will need to do is follow directions. I will give you directions. I will give you explanations on how to do them. Each task has an explanation for you to follow. I will have 2 PowerPoints in 2 subjects, the main idea and the unstated main idea. So you can go back to the PowerPoint to refresh yourself when you undertake the tasks, okay? Please listen and follow the directions as I go through the material. Hi. As you know, writing is set up in paragraphs, okay? And you'll have a topic of something and you'll have the main idea of each paragraph. What we're going to do now is go through and find the difference between the topic and the main idea and work out how the main idea is found in every piece of comprehension, writing comprehension, that you come across. First of all, there's your topic, determining the main idea. Right, so finding the main idea. It's quite simple. What is the author trying to tell us? Okay, this is what we call the main idea. It's not the topic. The topic is about the whole piece of writing. The main idea is what they're trying to tell you about that topic. What is the main idea? The main idea is the big idea of the whole work, one section or single paragraph. It is the point that the author is trying to explain to you so you understand. The main idea is different from the subject or the topic. The subject is what the writing is about. When you break down the writing, it will be broken down into sections, and each section will have a main idea relating to the topic. The main idea is the so what. That's what you've got to ask yourself. You've been given a topic, and the topic, you ask to say, what, so what? What are they trying to tell us about that topic? Here's an example. In an article, the subject is penguins. So that is what the whole article would be about. Penguins. So what? What about penguins? Okay? So the article is about how penguins can't fly. This would be the main idea. Remember, the topic, which is different, is penguins. The main idea is what they're trying to tell you about the topic is penguins can't fly. Hence the main idea. Formula for finding the main idea. Subject or topic plus what the author, the writer, is trying to say about the subject or topic, and then the supporting details. These are all the pieces of non-essential details or essential details that go together to tell us about penguins can't fly. This equals the main idea. So, supporting details, there can be many, and all them supporting details will tell us what the main idea is about. What is the author says about the subject? Reasons, examples, other kinds of evidence that develop and support the main idea. Tips for finding the subject. Very simple. Look at the title or the heading. Look at the first sentence. Look at keywords, words that are repeated or names that are being used. Where is the main idea? Now, the main idea can be found in three different ways. The main idea can be found in three places. In the beginning, perhaps, the first sentence. Most main ideas are found in the first sentence, but not all. In the end, it may be the last sentence. Not stated. We will do this in the second file, the unstated, the implied main idea. Okay? And with this, we have to use the supporting details to find out what the main idea is about. Find the main idea in the passage. Right, here's an example. If we look at this, it says, Americans love to send greeting cards. For instance, over 4 million birthday cards are sent out in the country every day. Around Valentine's Day last year, over 900 million cards were mailed. And close to 3 million holiday greeting cards were sent out during the Christmas season. Right, if we look here, it says, Americans love to send greeting cards. We've got details. 4 million birthday cards are sent across the country. Around Valentine's Day, okay, another detail. Over 900 million cards were mailed, another detail. And close to 3 million holiday greeting cards were sent out during the Christmas season, another detail. What is the subject? The subject, Americans love to send, so the subject, is greeting cards. What's the main idea? The main idea is Americans love to send greetings. Right, here we have another passage, okay? Okay, it says find the main idea in the passage. It says, what is the subject? What is the main idea? What are the supporting details? So as we see, sea otters collect large, hard-shelled abalones in their teeth. Straight away, it's telling us otters. So that's going to be your topic. That's your subject, sea otters. Okay? Then it says, what is the main idea? So we look what they're telling us about the so what factor. So what? What about sea otters? So here it says, they collect hard-shelled abalones in their teeth. They dive to the bottom of the sea. They pick up with a stone in their forepaws, which is their hands, surface and roll onto their backs, place the abalones on their bellies, clasp a stone in their front feet, smash the cells open. Therefore, sea otters use these stones as hammers. So the main idea is how sea otters use certain parts, certain objects to open abalones. Okay, so there is your main idea. What are the supporting details? These are the things I've just mentioned. Okay, they would be your details. Find the main idea in another passage. Okay, let's see if you can do this one first. Okay, so have a look at this, and then before we answer, see if you come up with the same answer. Okay, so in high school I tried writing my own novels and short stories. After high school, I married a woman who was a fine poet and who became an editorial assistant at the publishing company. As a private joke for her, I began to write a science fiction novel. When I showed it to her, she suggested I submit it to her boss. I did, and it was accepted. Take a few minutes, read it again, have a look and see, first of all, what the topic is. Then, what is the main idea? Then, where are the details that link us to that main idea, which then links to the topic? What is the main idea? The speaker wrote a science fiction as a joke for his wife, but it ended up being published. Okay? And if you look at that, as a private joke for her, I began to write a science fiction novel. It wasn't at the beginning. like the others. It wasn't at the far end. It was in the middle. So the point is, the main idea can be found in the beginning, in the middle, or at the end of a paragraph. Right. What we'll do now, we'll pause and we will go to the worksheets that I wish you to do for the main idea first. Right. How we're going to achieve this, we're going to start off very simple and it'll get a bit more complicated as we go through the lesson. Okay, so it says here, being able to determine the main idea helps readers to recall information, the important information. Locating the main idea and significant details helps the reader to understand the points that the writer is trying to convey, to tell you. Okay, so if we look here, we have a basic picture. First thing you ask yourself, what do you see in this picture? Okay? Take your time, look at it. Right, imagine I'm going to say to you, in 1 or 2 words, answer who or what is in the picture. You would say, a dog. What is the most important thing about the dog? It's jumping to catch a frisbee. Okay? There's your main idea. It's not the dog, it's the dog doing the action. That is what they're telling us. Okay? So if you were to mention the flowers, the trees, or that it was a sunny day, would any of these be important details to make that idea? Okay? They are the non-essential, the supporting ideas that go together to make up that main idea. Okay? Here it says, in 10 words or less, I want you to give me the main idea. Okay? I've done the first one as an example. So an example, the dog is jumping to catch a frisbee. Main idea. The dog is catching a frisbee in its mouth. Main idea. The dog leaps to catch a frisbee. Main idea. That is what the author or the picture is trying to convey to you. Right. What you will do now, it says, your first task, look at the pictures and write 3 main idea statements for each picture. So you will analyze, look at the picture. Who or what is the picture about? And what are they doing? Okay? That would be your main idea. Okay? Right. All your tasks are written on Word documents. So when you look at them, you click on Enable Editing. That will allow you to write. You have 2 choices. You can write, it means delete the line and write using the underline score. So you can write the answer as a Word document. Or you can simply print off and use a pen and write on the line provided. It's your choice. You can decide either. Erase the line, write your answer, or print and write with a pen. So you give me 3, looking at the picture, what or who is the picture, what are they doing? That is the main idea. Then, what do you think the details, the non-essential main idea statement are in this picture? So give me the details. What other things do you see that tells me what the main idea is about? Okay, so you have to give me 3 different statements using 10 words or less. Again, you will do exactly the same for the next picture. Who or what the picture is about, what are they doing? Okay, then with 10 words or less, delete or print and write, give me your 3 answers. 3 different main ideas. They're the same main idea, but worded differently. Again, what are the details, the supporting details that link to that main idea? Okay, right. Now for your next bit, right. Again, when you're using your computer, you will probably have a bit saying Enable Editing. Only click on this when you are ready to do the writing, or unless you are printing off. Okay, So here we go here again. Put your name, your class, the date that you did this, okay? Remember, this has to be done by the end of May to comply with you getting your formative scores. So let's have a look at the first one. It says directions. Read each passage and ask yourself, what is the author doing in this paragraph? Write your answer in the summary box and then think of an appropriate title for the passage based on your main idea. Okay? This is a chance for you to be creative and just to think, what is that topic? The topic will be 1 or 2 words. Okay? So have a look here. A penny for your thoughts. It's 1943, copper penny. It could be worth as much as $50,000 in 1943. Most pennies were made out of steel since copper was needed for World War II. So the 1943 copper penny is ultra rare. Another rarity is the 1955 double die penny. These pennies were mistakenly double stamped. So they have an overlapping dates and letters. It's uncirculated. It could easily fetch $25,000 at an auction. Now that's a pretty penny. Right. So what you're going to do, I've done the first one for you as an example. Summarize the paragraph in 1 sentence. Be specific and clearly explain the main idea. Okay, so the main idea is about rare and valuable pennies. That's the main idea of that paragraph. Now, an appropriate title might be Money is Valuable. Okay, that's it. There's your topic, there's the main idea. Right, as you will see, you will have several sheets. I think there's 4 sheets where you have to do exactly the same. You have to read the passage. Now, in this file, there'll also be a vocabulary sheet, and I will come to this vocabulary sheet. So, through both lessons, which is main idea and unstated main idea, I've included vocabulary sheets for you, a blank vocabulary template. Now the idea being is you're going to come across many different words that you don't understand. And it's highly important that you highlight the words in the Word document and then write these words on the vocabulary list, definitions and sentences. So whatever the word is, write the word. Find a definition. So you will need the dictionary. Then find where the sentence is, or you can make up a new sentence using that same word. It's up to you on that, okay? And there will be several of them, okay? You have 2 lots of this. You have 44 per lesson, okay? So make sure that you find any word that you do not understand, highlight them on the Word document, and then write them or type them into the vocabulary sheet. Right, you should have completed the first file, which is on the main idea. Now the second file is very similar. It's exactly the same process. You will look at the Word document, you will highlight any words you do not understand, and then you will write them on a vocabulary sheet, blank template for the definition and including a sentence. So the implied main idea. Implied means inferred. It means it's not going to be on the first sentence. It's not going to be a sentence that's in the middle. It's not going to be a sentence that's at the end. What you have to do is take all these details, join them all together. Once you've joined them all together, find out who and what they are talking about. That will give you your main idea, okay? So it will not be written. You have to take all these ideas, join the dots. Right, so anything you read has 2 basic parts. Main idea, supporting details. Explain and develop that idea. The main idea is usually clearly stated in 1 section, okay? However, the main idea is sometimes implied, suggested, inferred, okay? We have to figure out what that main idea is. Right, here's a cartoon. Have a look at that cartoon. Take your time, look at it. What's it doing? There's a caption. The caption says, The others are complaining that you don't leave any coffee for anyone else. Okay, look at the words, look at the man, what he's telling him. Okay, it says, what is the implied main idea of the caption, of the cartoon? Take a minute, see if you can figure it out before finding the answer. You can figure out the implied main idea by looking at the supporting details. The man's co-workers are complaining that he doesn't leave coffee for anyone else. He has such a caffeine high that he is flying. The clearly implied idea is that he is drinking too much coffee. That is the main idea. It's not difficult. Right. I want you to read this paragraph, okay? Look at any words you are not familiar with. Again, highlight and then write them into the vocabulary worksheet. Okay? So it says there, the above paragraph has no good umbrella statement that covers all the other sentences. To decide on the main idea, we must ask the same three questions we've asked in the main idea. Who or what is in the paragraph? What is it about? The answer is the topic of the paragraph. What is the main point that they are trying to tell you? So I want you to read that, okay, and see, look at all the details. You have to, it's not going to be one sentence. You've got to look at all the sentences and then put them together to come up with the main idea. Again, you will have another one. It says, all people are concerned about a few great questions. The existence of God, the purpose of life, the existence of an afterlife. Read all these statements, okay, within that passage. Who or what is the paragraph about? What is the main point? Does all the material in the paragraph support that main idea? Are they all related? There's nothing unrelated to supporting the main idea. Again, you'll have another one. I want you to read it through. I don't need to explain it. We've got the explanation already. What is the topic above? Okay, choose A, B or C. This is a little test for you to see if you are understanding. Okay, which statement best expresses the unstated main idea? So follow that. The topic referred to in a number of sentences in the paragraph is school worksheets. That's what they were talking about. The implied main idea about the worksheets is they may do more harm than good. That's what you should have come up with. That would have been your main idea. School worksheets is the topic. Okay? In the paragraph, the author describes how worksheets have multiplied out of control, have not proved to benefit students, and even make students hate reading. So the paragraph clearly supports the idea that worksheets do more harm than good. Quick review. At times, authors imply or suggest without stating clearly. This is the hardest part of finding the main idea because it's not there in one sentence for you. And without joining and itemizing, highlight all the main dots. Okay? When you do the worksheets, I want you to highlight all what you think the supporting ideas are to find the main idea. Right, as you will see here, you will have a few worksheets and then you'll have again a vocabulary sheet. So again, I've done the first one for you. Write your name, your class and your ID number. So quickly, in many paragraphs the main idea is not stated in one sentence. Nevertheless, you can figure out the main idea from the supporting details. So we just quickly do the first one and then that will give you an idea how you complete the task. Paragraph 1. Always warm up before attempting any strength training exercises. Failure to warm up can cause injuries to cold muscles. Remember to use proper lifting procedures for safety's sake. In addition, to avoid harm, make sure that you have a spotter with you if you are using free weights. You can also avoid injury by working within your limits and avoiding the need to show off. Okay? So here, main idea, to avoid injury during strength or weight training, observe several safety precautions. When you added all that together, That's what that passage is telling you. You do not see them words written like that. This is why we imply, it's being implied. This is what you need to do. You need to put all that together and come up with a sentence which tells us what the author is trying to tell you. Again, you'll have exactly the same. You'll have many paragraphs, okay? There are several worksheets that I need you to complete. Take your time, highlight again any words you don't understand. Go to the file that says vocabulary template worksheets, and then you write again your word you do not understand, write a definition from the dictionary, and then put it in a sentence or use the sentence that you found. Okay, the choice is yours. I prefer you to try and use it in a sentence of your own if you can for further practice. Directions again, I need to quickly review the directions with you to make sure you understand. So your first task, okay, is to go to file 1, which is main idea. Okay, look at the PowerPoint. Make sure you understand that PowerPoint, okay? Go through it many times, okay? Secondly, go to the picture with the dog and the frisbee. This is the simplest form of finding the main idea there is, because it gives you 3 different options of how to write a sentence which incorporates the main idea, okay? All 3 of them are correct, okay? So you complete that. When you've completed the easy sheet, you then go on to the worksheets. Once the worksheets are completed, okay, you then progress and do the second file, which is unstated main idea, okay? You follow the PowerPoint. Once you've followed the PowerPoint, make sure you fully understand it. Again, if there's words in the PowerPoint you are not sure of, put them on the vocabulary sheet. To learn English writing is one of the hardest things you will find in English. Conversation is easy. You can teach a parrot to talk. The hardest part is being able to write, okay? And the only way you'll do that is with a vast vocabulary bank. So it's highly important that you write all the words you do not understand. If there are more than what you need, more than 44 per section, copy and paste a new worksheet and then write the rest of them. The objective here is that you get education while you're at home. It will contribute to your formative scores. So at the end of May, hopefully we will return to school. If we return to school, you will bring the sheets with you and I will then mark and put them down for your formative scores. If we do not come back in May, hope we do, then what will happen then is on the next video lesson, I will explain the answers, okay? So you understand that step, okay? So everything will be reviewed at the end of May. I wish that you're all safe. I look forward to seeing you very, very soon. Again, I'm Master Anthony and I will be your M5 teacher for the forthcoming academic year. Goodbye for now.